Hello everyone and welcome to Critical Controversy. I'm Jay Johnson and I'm here today, joined by Sam, Mo and Henry. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Henry.
Hi, I'm Sam.
Hi, I'm Mo.
So, Johnny Depp. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
What do we think of the case?
So initially, did everyone, like when the, what's it called, news reports came out first, did anyone actually suspect that he did do it?
No.
I didn't think for a second that he'd done it.
No, I was sceptical.
I did for a bit until like the actual case started and everything.
The more I learned
You know what, yeah, I'll
Amber
reduct my statement, as they like to say in the reducted. I will do that. And I will say, yeah, for a slight second I did.
Because he does seem like a bit of a weirdo, doesn't he?
Okay,
Like, I love him, he's a great actor, but like...
Oh yeah, I love him to bits.
But he does, like, stereotypical look like look at his history.
Yeah, big drinker, maybe big drinker.
I mean, well, let's
you never know with those
look at the facts. I mean, he said this all in court. In a news article, he said
no hesitation
from the age of 12 he started smoking, and from the age of 15 he had already done every hard drug there was in it.
Exactly.
So
including
he was he was already clearly an addict, and I mean addicts just don't have a good reputation, especially when it's to hard drugs. And he was an alcoholic as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just everyone just stereotyped him.
Like
so
the
when
video of him kicking the shelves, cabinets, when what?
Yeah, there's a lot of there's 75 hours worth of evidence proving that Amber is lying and that he is not a wife beater.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's just,
I think
the more I learned about Amber, the more I was like, nah, Johnny's calm.
I mean, you just have to look at her in court to see.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sorry, she is an actor, and it is Oscar awarding the act that she's putting on. But I mean, she does break character, and I want to actually ask you a question. Johnny is going to win this case. We all know that. It's a fact.
Yeah, I'd be surprised.
I mean, Amber's lawyers have practically given up at this point. So, do you think she will lose her biggest role in Aquaman?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
I think it's still going to get released, I reckon.
They're probably going to do it in a
people are going
different...
to boycott it, though.
Yeah, but if it's already done and filmed and they're in post, then I reckon it will.
Yeah,
but I recken they will definitely not have her back for a second one if it does good.
Yeah, no.
They will immediately
also
switch her
think
character.
It's going to
Johnny
put a stain
isn't-
on their company as well.
Johnny isn't going to be let off jack-free. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sparrow.
Scot-free.
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 I thought you were doing
Yeah.
a Pirates of the Caribbean thing.
yeah. No, I just forgot what it was called.
Yeah.
No, he's definitely going to have something.
Well, I don't know, because I get where you're coming from, because obviously there is a lot of evidence showing him doing bad shit. But this is all bad shit that was already public information that he admitted to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in the public eye, he's technically, like, everyone's already slated him for it.
I feel like, he's already paid what he's going to
I'll
lose.
say-
I think right now he's only got things that
He is a man who can lose nothing right now.
Yeah.
I'll
He
say
has
that
Dior
I mean, all you
Dior
have to
definitely-
do is, I think it was day 9 of the current trial, and this actually hit me a little bit. He said, when he asked, I think it was his lawyer asking him, while he was on the stand, what has Amber's what have you lost due to Amber's allegations? And he literally took a second and he was like, no less than everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that, actually.
But his whole career is gone. He hasn't been in a movie
Yeah.
for what, like 4 years? Hold on, let me actually look it up.
I swear that the most he might get would either be, community service?
No, he's not going to... He's not
Johnny
even-
Depp won't do
He's
that.
not going to community service, no.
Johnny Depp's last film was the 2018 release of
Oh
Fantastic
yeah, I
Beasts.
forgot that he was into
That's
the
another
Fantastic
job he
Beasts.
lost due to it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he
Yeah, but
lost
the
the
public
job.
are so in favour of him at the moment that he was probably going to get loads more films. I mean, he was offered the $300 million contract to go back and do a Pirate 6, but he
I
said
thought you
no.
said
I really respect
300
him for
million,
saying
did you
that.
just say?
Yeah, $300 million.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's what he's worth. Did you know the way he actually got into acting? Because for some reason they asked him this in court, that he actually used to be a musician and he got into acting.
He's in a band.
Yeah.
Is
He
he?
got into acting. Guess who got him into acting?
Well, I feel
Nicolas
like-
Cage.
Oh.
Oh, real?
When he wasn't as big.
That's amazing.
Nicolas Cage got him into acting.
But he was doing films from a young age, right?
Yeah, but he said that he'd never pursue his like career as like a songwriter or anything because he feels like he'd just be bouncing off of the film industry and he has more respect for it.
Yeah.
I'll say this, right? The way that what Amber did, like peeing on his bed.
Yeah.
That was that. Can we talk about that? Because that was disgusting.
Like, what the hell?
No, that needs to be talked about.
Apparently,
She took a shit on his bed and blamed it on the dogs.
No, I heard that it's her friend not made her do it, but convinced her to do it. She was out one night or something, like talking to her friend, and then.
I gotta say though, Amber's gotta have some fly technique. Like, if I was with a bird and she shat in my bed, we're done.
Apparently.
But he stayed.
Actually,
he stayed
true.
So she must have a good throw or some shit.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, she was.
Putting that out
I mean, who is her? Oh, speaking of good throat, she must have some because apparently fucking what's his face, James Franco, is it?
Oh yeah.
Apparently she had an affair with Johnny with James Franco, and then she wanted James to testify against her. No, she wanted James to testify that she was in the clear in court, and his exact words were something along the lines of no, and into the public when he was asked why he wouldn't, he literally said she's crazy. And Elon Musk, who we will get onto later, had also been in a relationship, which everyone knows.
Yeah, because there's pictures on Instagram with him and her. Yeah, he doesn't look happy though.
But he said that they ended it, and that they were still friends, and he was planning on testifying for her, and apparently, as of yesterday, because of what happened in the court, he's now saying no, sorry, Johnny. Yeah. Literally, his words is like, no, I'm sorry, Johnny.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's one thing to refuse to now testify, but to also say sorry to the defendant.
It's showing that you're hiding something big from.
That just shows. I mean, if Elon Musk took the damn stand for Johnny, it would be over.
Yeah. It would be.
Richest man in the world.
You know what I mean?
I'm really excited for her to be on stand though, because
I am as well. I want to see how. I want to watch her crumble. Because Johnny, it's easy for Johnny. I mean, one, he's an actor. Two, he's not lying. He's telling the truth about everything.
Yeah.
Amber has got to go up there for another 3 weeks. She's got to act.
Another 3 weeks.
Yeah, and she's been 2
weeks. I
thought two or three. Yeah, but she's been acting this whole time. But all she's been doing is sitting there in silence. Now she's got to take the stand and act and. At all these questions thrown
on
her.
the first day, she'll start crying and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah. Because it's one thing to act, but it's another thing to be put on the spot and try to improvise.
Well.
She won't be able to improvise for that long. She's not that good of an actor.
Yeah. And the lawyers.
If she was that good of an actor, she'd have been in Avengers.
To put holes in her story, so I think the lawyers are going to really.
I swear, Johnny's lawyers are way more.
Johnny's
lawyers are way much more better than her.
Yes, her lawyers are acting like public defenders.
When I saw the video, right,
they've slipped
the jury.
He just keep saying random stuff that didn't really.
They literally spoke about his penis.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see if I can send you a link.
Hold on. Oh yeah. Also, have you heard that how she treats her secretary once?
Oh, her assistant came out and was like, she's a piece of work.
Her assistant was paid what, £7 something, and she was hoping to get a raise. She spat in the mouth.
I sent you the link. It's come through.
She spat in the mouth, and then lots of stuff happened.
Hold on, why is it not? Oh, you're gonna have to turn it up.
Mr. Depp was trying to urinate in the foyer, wasn't he?
No. Mr. Depp had his penis out of his pants.
Objection.
Didn't he? I think I would remember
Relevance.
Mr. Depp's penis.
I'll next question.
I mean,
you were trying to get Mr. Depp out of the
laughing.
house, correct?
Yeah.
Was the jury a female as well? I can't tell. The one who's in charge.
The judge is a female. Yeah, the judge is a female.
So you have the judge, and then you have the lawyers, which are defending.
You can't forget about the woman who sits in front of the judge controlling everything as well.
Oh yeah.
She's the one with all the evidence and stuff. I don't actually know what the term for her is.
Evidence.
Is it
evidence?
I want to say judicator, but I don't want to look like a dickhead.
That sounds right.
And then you have the jury, which is like
and then you'd have.
I thought jury and judicator are the same words, but no, they're different. I think that's the word.
But
is.
like they're honestly, they're so bad. They objected their own question.
I love that moment. It's so fucking funny.
Like,
See if you can find that one.
what, them objecting to their own question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you put in like Amber
Keep talking, I'll
Heard,
try and...
lawyer, self-objection, something.
I mean,
like that.
what else is ridiculous stuff has happened? I mean, it's just so much.
I think the thing that I found most interesting about it is like
I've got it.
are these two actors that they're being forced to be their most authentic self.
Yeah.
And
That
there's
is
something
true.
so interesting about it. These
Yeah, but that's
people
the
are
thing.
In front of loads of
Johnny
people,
is good at
cameras
that, though.
normally.
Johnny can be himself, and he can be Jack Sparrow.
I think
if
that's
he
why
wanted.
it's so
It
much
doesn't
better
need
than
to hide a
other
lot.
law dramas because
Yeah.
normally people are crumbling their nerves.
Let-
and
oh,
shit, but
I'm
they're
going to be
used to
honest.
it, so
I'm going to be
it's
honest.
more entertaining.
Put it this way. And this is a really good way of putting it. Johnny Depp, he is an amazing actor and he is an amazing person when he's being genuine. And that is why this court case is so interesting.
Isn't it?
If it was Elon Musk in I know he's involved in the case, but let's just say Elon Musk was in fucking Johnny's position, yeah? Elon Musk, all you have to do is watch an interview. He's got such a dead personality that it wouldn't be interesting, even though everyone would be like, oh, he's the richest man in the world and he's a wife beater, blah, blah. It wouldn't be interesting because he doesn't have the same personality.
There you go.
No.
I mean,
It really matters about the personality of the guy.
I mean, look, if
of the
I
person.
go to the place that actually
There you go.
streams,
I've got the...
When you're in the house, correct?
Yes,
I
please.
think there's two objections. The first one is just a normal one.
And isn't it true that in the entire time you were there, you were not informed as to what caused damage to Mr. Depp's hand on
Well, yeah, I
finger
know.
on March 8th?
Objection, hearsay.
the
Yes,
hearsay
wasn't
is
told.
ridiculous.
Oh my god.
Sustain the objection. Next.
Pretty sure I've got a good understanding of what. I'm pretty sure I could
You didn't
be a
know what
lawyer
could
in
cause
hearsay.
damage to Mr. Depp's hand while you were there on March 8th, correct?
Dr. Kipper told me he sustained an injury on one of his
Well,
fingers.
objection, hearsay.
You asked the question.
Oh,
No,
okay. You said he sustained a...
they're so bad.
I also feel that like when you've got a lawyer coming at you trying to object
Send-
you and
send-
shit,
send me
that
the
must
link
feel
to
kind of personal. And then fucking imagine your own lawyer calling objection on you. You'd feel like
just-
personally attacked.
you know
like,
what I mean?
well, man, I don't
Someone,
really
someone,
care.
Yeah, well,
someone
anyway.
remind me how he got his fingers chopped again. I completely forgot.
Amber threw she threw two bottles. So the first one, so Johnny was at a bar. Imagine how I'm sat right now.
Yeah.
Johnny was at a bar like. Well, actually, I'll do it.
Yeah,
All right, no, I have to do it.
Yeah.
I have to do it this way. Let me just move this mic quickly. You won't be able to hear me for a second.
Yeah.
So imagine you're all looking at me from this
Yeah.
way, and imagine Amber's over there. So Johnny was sat like this with his hand, arm on the bar like that, and his hand hanging over. She threw one bottle at him from across the room, and it went past his head. And then she threw another one, and it smashed on his fingers against a marble bar.
Oh.
And it was that powerful. Not only did it take a bit of his finger out, it took a chunk of the marble table out as well.
That's wild.
And then he literally said that he could see the bone.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I don't know. I'm trying.
mean-
how do I airdrop it to you?
If you just open the web page, it'll be in the top right in the share button.
I don't have it.
Open it up like I've got,
Yeah.
and then you see this button next to the open a new tab. That one there. You have to have that button. Do you not have that button?
Would it be in this?
You know what? Just keep the tab open and we can do it after.
I'll just
Yeah.
Just technical.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, listen to this. So, the YouTube channel Law and Crime Network, which is the original channel where everything gets posted before Daily Mail and whatnot.
Yeah.
Alright, so Putin dispatches brutal Russian mercenaries.
Oh,
No, we're not doing Putin. I'm just naming one of their videos.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no, that one was 7 minutes, so we won't use that one. But let's do. Yeah, they're all. Alright, yeah, look. This one here, overweight Texas cops may face blah, 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 blah. That got 14k views, it was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Every single Johnny Depp video has near to or over a million views.
Yeah.
I'm seeing one here, 2 million, 7.1 million views on the day 11 8-hour stream.
I don't.
This self-objection's got 7.
That's how you just know it's interesting. Everyone
like,
wants to watch
yeah.
it.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, I know.
It's the
like,
fact that
Yeah.
everyone's
I don't-
know what's actually going to happen in the end because we don't know what's going to happen. Of course, people will predict
that's
what's
the
gonna
thing, that's
happen.
the thing.
We don't
How-
know what's going to happen in the end. But
How
we
is
know.
this court case still going on? Amber has literally got evidence against her. And there's a video here, and it's like 16 minutes long, so you won't watch it. But it says, "I did not punch you, I was hitting you."
Yeah, that's...
So she's literally confirmed that she's been hitting him.
I think the reason is because it's not really about Amber. It's about it is about Amber. It's about
defamation of character.
It's about the definition of Johnny.
Yeah.
So you can
And that's
kind
what it started as. But if that was in a domestic abuse court,
then it's
that
a
would be
slightly
a
different story, right?
Because, she just...
But I think another reason it might be so interesting is because it feels so juvenile compared to, the Ukraine war or COVID and that sort of topics that we've been rammed down our throats the last 2-3 years. I think it's so entertaining because it's juvenile.
let's be honest though, has anyone actually heard of COVID since all the recent...
But I think it's because we've got
still
this more
like
fun news.
Hold on.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, fucking Boris is just taking the piss. I mean, he had
Boris
parties
is down
over
it.
Christmas,
I
and I don't.
I'm excited to see him done. As in gone, not dead.
over the last 7 days... Oh, wait, no, that's vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 7 days, people tested positive is 112,000.
That's not too many.
That's crazy.
That's not a lot. That's down 53,000 from last month.
A lot of those will be vaccinated though, so it's not deadly anymore.
I mean,
not been deadly for a minute.
I'm vaccinated, so...
Yeah,
so I'm double
it is
vaccinated.
53 million have first, 49 million have second, and 39 million have third.
I have a third.
Or total.
Yeah.
Like four, because I know they've brought out a fourth one as well.
Oh my god.
But do you know what I mean? I think this type of news is a lot more fun than
Yeah, well, I mean, any news
coming off the back of
any
those two.
news that consists of death in massive numbers is gonna. And speaking of death in massive numbers, Putin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A nice little.
A nice little segue there.
Nice little
Nice little.
30,000 dead Russian soldiers.
Yeah.
Who didn't even want to be in a war.
Nice.
Crazy, isn't it?
By the way, we're saying nice little. He is actually a short little bastard. Like he's.
How tall is he?
He's like that fucking tall.
Right. Wait. Before it comes up, everyone guess. I reckon.
I'm saying 5.
It hasn't. It says.
Oh, it's in meters. I don't know meters.
1.7 meters.
I'm saying 5'2".
How?
5'2". 5'3". 5'3".
He is 5'5".
5'5".
Coming up to 5.
He's a short motherfucker.
That is.
My
pretty
girlfriend's
short.
taller than him. And she's fucking tiny.
Imagine meeting Putin and expecting some 6'3"
No.
dude, and then you're
Let me say what Putin. All right, before we actually get into his actions, this is Putin's mindset. I want to put it across the table. Putin wants what Kim Jong Un has.
Yeah.
Kim Jong Un
run
rules his whole country with no one underneath him, no one he has to go to do what he wants. Putin, over the years, has slowly but surely got rid of everyone underneath him. So now he doesn't have.
He literally only has the war ministers and.
Yeah. So you see when the president of the United States wants to launch a nuclear weapon, he has to go to the.
I think.
Isn't it every state official? So that's 52 people.
No, not even. He
The
just.
Pentagon.
He just
isn't that no?
no, it happens at the
Pentagon's
Pentagon. He
he
goes to his defense, whatever, and then there's 2 people underneath him that are important,
Yeah.
and he goes to them, and then they just tell all the state presidents. But Putin at the moment can literally just go.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Yeah, they're fucking dead now.
Yeah.
That's it's that easy for him. He's gone insane with power.
But it's also this thing of everyone's scared of nuclear bombs, and I understand why, because they are scary and they're huge compared to regular missiles.
And the radiation will kill us.
And radiation, yeah.
Unfortunately.
But what people don't understand is we're not just a defenseless country. We're not just going to sit here and wait for a nuke to hit us. We supplied Ukraine with them. We have a gun that can shoot 3 tennis balls at the same time that are all travelling over 80 mile an hour in that. All of them done.
Why tennis balls?
That's how small it is. That's how precise they are. They can hit it, but it's used for missiles.
That's how concentrated.
Oh right, they were shooting 3 tennis balls. balls, not
Yeah.
shooting a projectile of a tennis
No,
ball.
they're bullets. They're bullets.
Right, when they've got guns that are just shooting tennis balls out. Like, well, that's amazing, but why not bullets?
No. They shoot. They can all.
Yeah,
they can
okay,
hit
I'm up to
tennis
speed.
balls moving at 80 mile an hour instantly.
That is wild.
And there's hundreds of them all over the country. So like London is probably the most defended place. So if it would take probably about 6 or 7 nukes before it even like got close to London.
But there's this chat about the hypersonic missile, which
Oh, yeah,
apparently
which is
has a
right.
different trajectory to how normal missiles have, because I think it goes up, and then as it hits the apex like height, it like dips down and then like weaves in a weird way before it strikes.
Yeah.
There's
think
so
there's
there's
some
so
fear
many
around that.
different weapons in military
it's
being
crazy.
tested. in
But at the end of the
different
day,
ways.
it's
So-
like
And
everyone's got
still-
nukes. You're not going to get out of it scot free, regardless. Like,
Jack free.
I mean, at the end of the day, there's genuinely as much as it is a big problem. There's not much to say about
There's
Russia
nothing we
and
can do.
Ukraine. I'll put it this way. All right, to put it in a nutshell, Putin is insane. All you have to look at is
He
the
just
fact that he
wants-
didn't. He
is
killed
the
civilians.
nutshell.
He invaded a country and still refuses to call it war or an invasion. He calls it a special ops military mission.
Yeah.
He's insane. He's just gone
Yeah.
mad with power, and that's all there is to
He
it.
wants to be Stalin. He wants to be Joseph Stalin from
Yeah,
World
that's what
War
he wants
II.
to be.
He wants to have the Soviet Union made. He wants, like, it's literally shown that that's what his motives are. There are at the front. Remember when that 50-mile convoy of tanks was going to Kiev?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The one at the very front was waving the hammer and sickle communist flag.
what was it?
So it's yeah, like
It's nice little throwback.
Yeah, look it up.
Keep
hitting
But that's the thing, though, isn't it? Like, supposedly they've seen a load of tanks and guns and shit that were used in the other wars.
I swear most of the
Like-
Russian people don't even want to
No.
fight this
No,
war
they don't
when they're
wanna
being
fight it.
forced. Alright.
That's
There you go.
crazy.
No, they don't.
they're flying the communist flag.
That's wild.
But
I
it's
mean,
new. It's a new one.
If you
It's got
think that's
Stalin
wild,
now.
if you think that's wild,
Improved.
the wildest thing about this damn war is the fact that there's actually soldiers on TikTok comfortable in the middle of a war doing silly dances.
I was
and
thinking
shit.
about this. Imagine going to war with a phone.
Yeah.
Like,
Yo,
that'd
technology
be
is
crazy.
going to go
Would
in
you have to
advance
be-
soon.
But that's the
later.
thing. Half of, or more than half of the Ukrainian army are civilians that have just been trained. They're like, yeah, you can fight now.
Imagine
Give
going
them an
on like
AK and that's
Snapchat
it.
maps. You just
I
click
say
across
this.
the trenches and see their story.
I say this, in the future, technology is going to get much more crazier and there are going to be
Actually,
more
guys-
weapons, more everything.
Let's
Everything's
see
going to
if
get much
you can
more
actually
dangerous.
go on Ukraine. I think
What happens if you click the,
But-
the local?
There's
Just quickly though, what do we think
No,
of
there's nothing.
Don't know how.
what do we think of NATO? Because they're in the whole of NATO
I
was
feel
in
like
a
they're
difficult
fucked up.
position. They was in a difficult position because
I think we should just blow up Russia.
someone just needs to kill Putin and the world would be a better.
That's what I
hate
said.
to say it. It's
Ideally,
just-
it would be a Russian that kills him as well.
Yeah.
think
I
that'd be
mean,
the most
there are
ideal
Russians that
situation.
are rebelling like against
Plenty of
it.
them.
There's
Like, they're just getting jailed.
Yeah.
or they're just leaving the country.
Gulag.
Gulag, that's the one.
Welcome to the Gulag.
Welcome to the Gulag.
It feels like
Fight or
they've
die.
kind of let them get away with it in the sense that like they just. It seems like a lot of just chat about like. I don't know, if you're NATO and someone's saying, yes, we want to join you, and then a country goes, if you want to join them, we're going to invade you. I feel like it's part of NATO.
Hold on.
and I
Yeah,
don't
but
have
they
any to
did.
back
They
them.
did join. They joined in 20. I think they joined in 2017. Is when they joined NATO.
Yeah, so it should be like, okay, you're a part of us. We'll back
Yeah,
you.
but
then-
for some
Yeah.
odd reason, we just said like. I feel like that was technically one of the first times where NATO actually had to do something, and they just didn't.
It feels like
That was like a test kind
Do you know
of.
what could solve all all of this?
If
Russia
you say
joins
world
NATO.
peace, I'm gonna. Alright.
Russia joins NATO, Ukraine joins NATO. There won't be a problem.
What about
Yeah,
this-
but they
Russia would
won't.
do that, would they?
Russia is the. No, it's not. All right, well, Russia. All right, put it this way: Russia is powerful,
But
but
they're not.
yeah, well, they're not, and they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not, and they are.
yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about the best this and the best that, fucking. If you want to talk about ninja warriors, that's North Korea. You want to talk about
I didn't
like
know that.
Marines?
Brazil has the second biggest military in the world.
Well, it is surprised.
Where is Brazil in all this?
Yeah, go send them over. Just let Brazil have a go at them.
Yeah.
But everyone's just sending like guns.
I
and
wasn't.
stuff.
I wasn't
feel like-
joking, by the way. You know when I said Ninja Warriors? Have you seen the? It's actually ninja training that they do in North Korea.
I saw.
I have-
Have you seen? They literally have people break bricks on
Yeah.
their stomachs and it's crazy.
That is weird.
If they come to back up Russia, everyone's dead. I
the great-
promise you. Anyway, and now
What's
a word
up?
from our
Ours is-
sponsor, Jake's Training Garden. Do you want a well-trained dog that follows your every command, will sit, lay, stay, heel, whatever you can think of, we will train your dog to do it. Head over to Jake's Training Garden for the best prices and the best results. See you soon.
227k.
I say
and
this,
Brazil
right?
is 2 million.
The news is very selective of what they cover.
Always have been.
Yeah. So, for example, the amount of coverage that Ukraine has right now, if you change it into a different war,
Yeah.
or like problems such as what India and what I think it was China or Israel and Palestine, there wasn't a lot of coverage on that. But
Actually, yeah, let me just quickly go into that. How quickly did everyone start piping up about Palestine and then just it went quiet again? Like
Yeah.
it's not still happening.
Right.
it's still happening. So
It's like, it just happens with everything. And it's
India
hard
and
to
China
see,
as well,
but
don't
like...
forget.
I don't know what side I'm on when it comes to the Palestine-Israel.
I don't know enough.
Yeah, I feel like same.
Yeah.
But I just know...
I'm not educated enough to make an educated comment on it.
Yeah.
Same here. Even though yes, I've been told a lot.
Because I know there's people out there that are well educated on it and
Yeah.
and they have a good understanding.
Yeah, but this is just
Try
my
something
opinion.
else.
I understand quite a lot.
Yeah, because I mean, let's be honest, we can sit here and talk all day about Russia because Russia, that the whole choosing sides in that retrospect is
Quite
just common sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Putin is wrong, but when it
Yeah.
comes to stuff like that, that's actual like, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a chance that like America
and
might be
things.
doing something just to get oil. That wouldn't. I
But
wouldn't put it past.
if
me
you
to do
watch,
that. Could be a potential.
Palestine is the one that's always kicking Israel.
Mm.
Ever since like the 40s, like 1940s,
Mm.
it's always been Palestine going in there, trying to take it over, and Israel just defends itself. And it's also
That's
a
true.
thing that there has been multiple terrorist organizations and things coming out of Palestine as well to attack Israel. But then Israel aren't clean either. Israel are they get a lot
Dirty
of
country.
Yeah, they are. They have done a lot of bad things too. They're not clean either.
I mean, no country
So-
is actually clean.
Yeah.
Just-
Hold on. I need to check something out, Adam. About
Fun
I
facts,
read-
by the
I
way,
read something about-
just because we're on the topic of talking about like war and countries. Do you know the UK is still in like 2 billion debt from World War II?
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
I hadn't really.
I mean, that's not that much, but it is.
$2 billion. Nah, $2 billion.
Well, I mean, all right, all right. Put it this way:
Like a trillion.
the government is all right. So I'm sure we're all familiar here with the Dartford Bridge.
Yeah.
You know they charge you a certain amount to go over it.
Yeah.
They spent 200 million building that bridge, yeah. And the government first said when it was ever built. This is what my mum told me, by the way, because she was.
It was
I don't
meant to be
know,
free,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was only meant to pay for.
Yeah, there was only meant to pay until the government had made up the costs that it cost to make the bridge, and then it was going to be free. But then they just, then they just
got
fucking.
it a little wrong.
I found.
It's not 2 billion. It's 2 trillion.
Yeah, that sounds more like it.
Oh, geez.
Oh.
Oh, yeah,
Well, no
but-
wonder they kept the Dartford bridge tax coming in because
Yeah.
fucking hell.
Yeah.
It's 2,223 billion. So 2 trillion, 223 billion pounds in debt.
Imagine being that much in debt.
But that is to do with inflation because 2016 it was 1.6 trillion, and that was only what 5 years
Jesus,
ago.
inflation is a whole different.
I found what I was searching for. So, the Israel thing. So I found out that what I remember is that the Israel forces raid a mosque and 40.
Oh, I heard about
Yeah,
that.
And that's what I mean. They're not a clean country
Yeah.
either.
The police stormed the
weird.
mosque compound,
It's
firing
weird.
both live ammunition and rubber bullets at the Palestinians, killing 4 and wounding about 200.
Yeah, listen.
The world is fucked.
Alright,
Just
listen,
have
I
that.
can,
Yeah,
alright,
yeah.
I'm gonna say one thing here that no one can tell me I'm wrong about. Okay, unless they're a
What's
psychopath. When it comes,
You're wrong.
psycho. When it comes to war or fighting or any sort of conflict, as soon as it gets to the point where All right, civilians is one thing, but the thing I'm talking about is civilian children.
Oh, yeah.
When civilian children start getting killed, that's when it's become, okay, this is too far now. Whoever has
But
just
it's
done
even
that is not a good person.
Going
or
back
not
to
a good
Russia,
country.
they were like, okay, yeah, you can flee. We'll let you flee if you come into Russia, which is one, bad, you're taking citizens into your own country. Two, if they were fleeing the other way, they were like, okay, yeah, go underneath like a white top building, like it was like a tunnel, and we won't strike there because we know that's civilians. What the fuck did they do? They sent missile after missile and killed fleeing civilians.
Yep.
It's
Like-
tapped.
Yeah, it's so bad. Another one that, so you know, Ukraine and Russia have basically the same weapons and same.
We're gonna see. Yeah.
I don't know, like their tanks and stuff and jets. They're all supplied by Russia, pretty much. And there is a video I saw of a Ukrainian hijacked tank by Russians.
Yeah.
So Ukraine and Russia basically use the same tank. I think it's the Tu-97 or something like that.
They've all got weird names, haven't they?
Yeah.
There's always lots of different models of tanks.
Yeah, it's like it's something like, or
Turbo
they can take a tank,
Yeah.
and they're basically the same tank on either side. And what they did, they took the Ukrainian flag that was hanging off the back of the tank off. So Russians have killed the Ukrainians, took their tank, took the Ukrainian flag off of it, and drove it. And there is a video about 15 Ukrainian soldiers sitting at the side of the road waving at the tank thinking it's a friendly and everything, and it doesn't do anything, and literally you just see it stop, turn to the Ukrainian soldiers, and it's just one shot, all of them. It just killed all of them.
Disgusting.
I know, they're just committing war crime after war crime.
And that's the thing, it's like, you'd think after, like,
Don't
what
go
they
out.
are declaring what a war crime is, if NATO and all the other countries aren't going to come together when a war crime is committed and go, okay, you're going to be held responsible now, this is bullshit.
But that's the
If they're
thing,
not doing
you
that,
can't
what's the
hold
point
them
of having
responsible.
war crimes?
You can't hold them responsible for war crimes if they're not going to give themselves up. Like,
But who would
it's
admit
like
you're
a
doing a
seed.
war crime?
Put it in a box, put in another box, in another box, in a safe, in another safe, in a bank that's underwater. Like, it's so hard to get to it.
Inside of the blue whale's mouth. Like,
It's going to be so hard to get to him and actually get him to declare war crimes that there's no.
I mean, there's no reasoning with a man like that.
Yeah, like.
Like,
I
keep that to myself.
I thought my plan was pretty good. Like, I'm not my plan, but what my idea was.
Well, you're
Right.
going to keep planning to assassinate Putin.
Yeah. Well, not me, because I don't
Can
have
you
the
bring me
fix to it. Right? Unregistered
I'll take the
farming
shot.
plane. You don't like crop dusters.
I won't actually. If someone of high power watches this, please
Yeah.
don't come after me.
Yeah, we're not going to kill Putin. This is just.
But if we
ideas.
have a choice,
We're just brainstorming here, so
Yeah.
if you are watching this, take it into consideration.
But basically, get a crop duster type unmanned farming plane that can hold, or like a skydiving plane. Skydiving plane would be perfect because it has.
If you're about to say about like bombs inside it, you need to take weight into consideration.
No.
So don't
Hand
cover
grenades,
it.
bruv.
Oh.
Make some hand grenades or like sticks of dynamite and stuff.
Yeah.
And it'll be an unregistered plane.
It would have to be.
fly
It would
so
have to
high.
be hand grenades because dynamite's too unstable to
Exactly.
be thrown around.
But yeah, fly over the Kremlin with hand grenades, but fly low that you don't appear on radar because radar only starts working at like 3,000 feet.
Yeah, but do you not think they'd have like air defences there?
Yeah, but
What are you gonna do to get
fly-
past them?
It has to be a suicide mission. You have to go there to prepare
Oh
to
yeah,
die.
you fucking die. You know, it's like-
You're saying with this country, just
I like how you left. I like how you left that bit
Sounds
till
like
the
a-
very end.
it's
It's like, yeah, you're gonna have to die, but
he's a military general at heart, really,
Yeah.
isn't he?
I'm a military genius when it comes to these things.
Kamikaze!
But fly, no, not even kamikaze. Fly over the Kremlin, slide the door open like where you jump from.
what are you gonna do about the drag?
Huh?
What are you gonna do about
Go
the jet?
slow. You don't have to go. Well, you can fly it that high up with the door open, can't you? Just do that.
It depends how fast you're going, because like holding the if you're going like 100 miles an hour and you're trying to hold the door open.
Yeah, but you
Like-
how do you think skydivers do it? It has a lock latch.
Yeah, but the skydivers one slides.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, that's what you're talking.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like one of those shitty little ones that only have the two like
No,
in the front
like
and then like.
on the back, slide it open.
Oh yeah.
Lock it in place. Get your big box of hand grenades. Pull one pin out, stick it back in the box, throw the box out.
Yeah, but the fucking hand grenades are gonna come out of the box and be there, and it's just gonna go everywhere, and only one's gonna go off. Oh, that was
It'll
good.
be a chain reaction. Once one gunpowder hits the other one.
Yeah, but they need to be close enough together. How do you know they're gonna stay?
Maybe two or
together.
three, just to be safe.
Yeah. And
I
then
didn't
just
know that.
throw that over the crane and watch it crumble.
Yeah.
And then probably follow suit.
Yeah, and then if you're not shot down that quickly,
Yeah.
go again.
I mean-
get another box.
I mean,
yeah.
speaking of crumble, it said that Apple crumble is Elon Musk's favourite design. That's complete bullshit, by the way. I was desperately looking for a segue, so I came up with something.
I do
But-
fucks with a crumble. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean,
Crumble.
I like a bit of crumble myself. Anyway, so.
Elon Musk.
Good old Elon boy. Good old Elon boy. That's what I'm going to call him. He's a good lad. He's a good lad. He's been in the news a lot recently for some good reasons.
He's a good person, I think.
I mean, we need to see what he does yet. Alright. For anyone that doesn't know what we're talking about, if you've been living under the fattest fucking rock ever,
Me.
No,
Joking.
You don't know Elon Musk bought Twitter?
I know.
Alright, so it started. He was very clear. I'm going to do
joking.
this. I'm going to do this because I actually need to lean in for this. Because you know when you've got to do something serious, you have to start using your hands. Alright, so Elon Musk, yeah? He tweeted, "Do you think Twitter is..." In fact, Sam, grab the tweets up. In fact, I've got the tweets here. I've got the
He bought it
tweets.
on Monday for $44 billion.
So he has, I suppose. Sorry,
Sam, I'm
he's already
gonna
sold
send you some
4
pictures right
billion
now.
worth of shares.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He lost.
Alright.
I think it was 110 billion worth of shares in Tesla, or like Tesla dropped that much.
Really? How come?
Because it's just one of his things. They just didn't.
Still agree with it, I guess.
I'm sending you some the tweets through right now. Just look at them.
Right. Yeah.
Right, so these are the tweets. If you look at them, go to the one that says, what one is it? I need to open them up myself. Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah. Look, so
He put-
free speech is essential to a functioning democracy. Do you believe Twitter rigorously adheres to this principle? And then you can see there for
70.4% said no.
yeah, and then
29.6 said yes.
Yeah.
With 2.035 million votes.
yeah, and then he said the consequences of this poll will be important. Please vote carefully, which they ended up being, but no one knew the extent he was going to go to at the time. So if you go to the next one now,
He says.
I'll let you read this one out.
So he responds to his own.
This is so that previous tweet was on the 25th of March. This one is on the
He
26th.
says, given that Twitter serves as the
De facto.
public town square, failing to adhere to free speech principles fundamentally undermines democracy. What should be done? And then he responded to that afterwards, saying, "Is a new platform needed?"
Yeah.
Is a new
So-
platform needed? With 52.5 thousand comments.
Yeah, and then you finally got. So it's just for context, because he didn't actually tweet in between. So after that tweet, when he said "Is a new platform needed?", he went on to reveal that he now officially owned 9% of Twitter. And what Twitter basically done is, "Oh, Elon, you now own 9% of Twitter. Welcome to the board." But to be on the board, you are allowed to own 15%. You're only allowed to own 15% if you're on the board.
Okay.
So that's basically them saying, yeah, come on the board, but you got to work for us. So he basically turned around and said, no. So what he done was, he said,
And he done the exact same thing with the Tesla when that's how he got the investors out of Tesla. So he owned the whole company. He went on Joe Rogan, he smoked some weed, and then they all pulled out, and then it all blew up, and then he's rich again. Yeah. Like he's always good at this. He does
what he's doing.
So with his 9%, in the next tweet, if you go to it, I'll read this one out. He said, taking Twitter private at $52.20 should be up to shareholders, not the board. And then 83.5% said yes and 16.5% said no. So basically what he done was, he said...
2.85 million votes.
Yeah, it's more than the fucking last poll. So basically what he done was, he said, listen... for context, he did offer him 44 billion when tweeting this about the public. Right, so what he done is
this was like about 2 weeks later, wasn't it?
Yeah. So what he done was when they said welcome to the board, but you can only have 15%, and he said no. He said, I'll give you an option. I can either sell my 9% to the public, which is the last thing a big public company, a private company wants, like Twitter, or you can accept my 44 billion. So,
because if you sell that 9%, that 9% is now not in their hands.
Yeah, and do you know how many people could? Do you know how many? I mean, we're talking about Twitter here. We're not talking about a shitty garage and like down the road. Like this is Twitter. 9% of Twitter is a lot of shares.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people if they wanted to. So obviously I didn't want that. So he literally forced their hand, just like with Tesla, and now he officially owns Twitter as of Monday.
There's one thing that I'm interested.
Yeah, of course they have.
They're now at $48 per share. Oh, it's just dropped again. 48.81.
Yeah, well, they're going through the transaction at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
Elon hasn't actually done anything with Twitter yet.
I actually hate Elon for some reason. I don't quite understand it.
Well, I mean, that's all there really is to cover on the Twitter thing. I mean, yeah, it's all a bit fresh at the moment. We'll have to pick back up on it maybe. But
I find it interesting. Do you guys know much about Neuralink?
Yes.
I'm really interested.
Yeah, and he's been putting it in monkeys, hasn't he? And
information that he's got from Twitter. Because obviously there's just a lot of human.
Apparently, apart from one though, all of the test subjects, like the monkeys, have died.
Oh, I've not heard that.
Yeah,
So I know he's put it in pigs, and he's taken them out of pigs, and that's been fine. But I hadn't heard that the monkeys died.
Yeah, I know the monkeys died.
That sucks. Did you see the video of the monkey playing Pong?
Yeah. I did see that. Yeah.
I've got it here. I've literally just got it up. That's advert.
Always has to be an advert. Don't copyright us.
Here you go.
Yeah, we'll save this link so we can put it up.
This is Pager. He's a 9-year-old macaque who had a Neuralink placed in each side of his brain about 6 weeks ago. If you look carefully, you can see that the fur on his head hasn't quite fully grown back yet. He's learned to interact with a computer for a tasty banana smoothie delivered through a straw.
There is a lot of
We can interact with the Neuralinks simply by pairing them to an iPhone. Just as you might pair your phone.
Yeah, that's actually so mental. It can you're basically Bluetooth.
Yeah.
You are Bluetooth.
No, but this is my thing with it. If you're then putting you've seen Kingsman, right?
All right, I'm going to let you speak, but I just had a thing. What is the biggest concern about Wi-Fi, the signal a phone emits off at the moment?
Radio.
5G towers. They all emit off radio waves, which give off radiation. If you're putting a fucking Bluetooth chip in your head, what kind of damage is that going to do?
Yeah. But
I don't know. That doesn't worry me for some reason.
I mean, people literally say it doesn't worry me either. Funnily enough, but people say don't sleep with your phone next to your head or don't stay on calls for too long because of that.
I don't know. I don't think I'm crazy. I might be, but like,
Right.
I don't know.
But you've seen now. Elon seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
He seems like it.
He seems right.
He was very relaxed when he did the weed smokes, you know.
But who says that he's always like that? Who says that's not an act? He's like.
I mean, all right. Put it this way, right? Elon Musk. He's a very. No, I don't think he's trying though. I think he genuinely just has a very dead shit personality because he's put that much focus into his work and shit. He has no social skills. And he even had said it in one interview, and he admitted, he said, I move a bit like this, and he's actually moving like a fucking robot, and he says, but I'm still like a human.
He's got Asperger's, isn't he?
Yeah, I watched an interview of him. Do you know what the first place he lived was? He lived in a office flat with his friend, which literally just had a couch in it to sleep on while he was building up his companies and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
He's dedicated his life to his work. I mean, the guy is a bit weird. He named his son a maths equation.
I think it's actually a jet.
He's like RAXB8 square. Yeah.
But when he was at, I think it was college, he rented out his dorm to create a rave to make money.
He's always been a businessman.
He's an entrepreneur at heart. Like, he's a smart dude.
I have seen some wholesome moments with him though. Like one time I seen him tweet. He said his kids didn't ask to be born. He chose to have them, and that he owes them everything because of that.
I saw that.
Yeah. They don't owe him anything.
I believe that.
Yeah, that is. I agree with that statement. That's a great way to put it as well.
Just going back to the Neuralink. Like, literally just listen to this again.
I think best case scenario, we effectively merge with AI, where we...
Bluetooth, yeah?
Yeah.
I know it will probably be some insane long-digit code that only you have access to and shit like that.
Oh, I know what you're going
But
to say.
someone will be able to fucking hack.
There will be a hacker.
People have been fucking hacked.
There will be a
Russia
hacker, and then you'll be fucking dead.
Yeah.
I don't think it will the best example.
It will happen.
They're, like,
and technology these days, you won't know unless there's an advanced hacker, so that hacker might know
But I do.
way
I
more
think
stuff
someone wouldn't be able to hack. I think there'd have to be a high-level hacker. But I reckon.
So you have white, black, and well, I think it's white hat, grey hat, and black hat hackers.
Yes.
Black hat is personal gain. Fuck everyone. I'll do what I want.
Yeah.
White hat are the people that do it for a job. Like they'll hack into a bank and then be like, okay, I go into your bank. Here's what you can do to do better.
Yeah.
And like doesn't take any money.
Yeah, here's how I've done it.
Yeah, here's how I've done it. Here's where you need your defences. Grey hat are like.
I'm going to do that.
They're like guns for hire. They're like mercenaries. They're guns for hire. You want to pay them.
They'll step in when they feel like they need to.
Yeah. Like if you want to pay them to take down the Chinese government in a week, they'll do it. But
how would you go about contacting said anonymous though?
Dark web.
Yeah, it's dark web.
Dark web.
Yeah, I hate to say it, I have been on dark web.
It's so easy, isn't it?
It's so easy.
You go on one website.
You go on one website and then you're on
and
the
then
dark
it's
web.
every link to every website, pretty much.
I've never been.
But even on there, like I would not know how to contact anonymous.
Yeah, it's just chat rooms. It's just chat rooms.
Anyway, we've got onto the subject of anonymous.
Yeah, so
let's rewind to Elon.
Here you go.
Just as you might pair your phone to a
You just said it's the exact same as linking
Yeah.
your phone to a Bluetooth.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And that is alright. Well, alright. Let's think about this real quick. Alright. So Elon Musk now owns Twitter, but he has other companies we need to talk about. Right? He has Tesla. Tesla doesn't need to be talked about at all. It's just
it's a car.
It's a car company, and to be if we're being honest, it is going. Within the next 10, 20 years, it will be the biggest car company there is. Because of the transition they're making to electric and how ahead of the game they are. That's that one. SpaceX is an interesting one. They've made the first reliable, I'll say, fully functional, reusable rocket that can come back down and land. In 2012, he made the first one ever. Then in 2015... And then in 2015, Jeff Bezos basically copied him and said, "This is the first one ever." Well, it wasn't, but he copied him. And then in that sounded bad. I think it was 2022. I think it was this year. He made 2022. He made the newest one, and it just lands itself. And then obviously you got the Neuralink technology. He's doing the whole shebang at the moment.
Man's gonna be like Terminator. He knows I can't remember what it's called, but Skynet from Terminator, where it's all satellites.
Satellite net, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, of course he's got satellites all over.
Yeah,
It's not Skynet, that's the one in Terminator.
I think these are all. I feel like they intertwine though. I think he wants the satellites across the sky so that you can get enough data, like 5G or whatever the fuck. So if you've got a Neuralink,
Starlink.
because if you're using a Neuralink, you need lots of data to spread all that data going from your brain. Like a lot of fucking information's bouncing around right now in each of our heads. So you're going to need a lot of data to transfer that. So I think he wants the satellites so that then Neuralink can become applicable across the globe wherever you are. That's my theory.
Man.
And I'm wondering if he wants to use Twitter to help build like AIs and shit like that off of all the data on like just people from Twitter.
You just cracked Elon. You just put all these pieces together. It's going to be like Transformers, all the cars will turn into robots.
But going back to Neuralink, he does actually want to do some like really good things with it because supposedly.
Oh no, he can. He's already. There's like scientific evidence towards it that it can cure dementia.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go to.
That's
insane.
Yeah.
And paraplegics, yeah.
Paraplegics.
Because they can figure
Imagine.
out
Just,
stuff.
I'm not gonna lie. If he actually pulls this off, like no one can hate him. No. Yeah, if it was a god, no one can hate him. I mean, he's cured two of the biggest problems. I mean, other than cancer, which is far from being solved.
Yeah, that's
anytime
actually
soon.
more complicated than.
Yeah.
Even cancer
To cure cancer, we have to.
Like one
Oh
in
yeah.
3 people, when it was like 1 in 8,
Yeah.
survive now.
Yeah.
That get it.
It's
Well,
not
it's
it's
like
like 2. It was 1 in 2 at one point.
So yeah, like 2 in 3 people survive or something.
Ooh, random fun fact. Elephants can't get cancer because they're so big. Once the cancer cells start to develop, those cancer cells then develop cancer because the elephant's so big that it kills the cancer. So they just can't get cancer.
Oh my god.
Right, problem solved. Turn every human into a giant.
Oh, just go to America and have their portion of food.
Yeah, but they're Americans, they're fat.
Right.
Get diabetes instead of cancer.
That is crazy. We're coming up on an hour.
Yeah.
So, I think I'll end it off on this because this is.
At the end of it, Johnny Depp isn't a woman beater. Amber Heard.
No, you're gonna do a wrap up. I don't want to do a wrap up yet. I've got one more question.
Okay.
All right. This is the last question. So we've talked about Johnny, we've talked about Russia, and now we're on to Elon. I want to ask this because I feel like if you think about it when I ask you it though, because this is an interesting question. What do you think about Twitter before Elon bought it, and where do you think it will go? Because just remember how toxic people can be and everything.
Probably towards the metaverse where you might be able to make your own avatar.
I don't think he'll go that far.
No.
I think he'll use that as Facebook and that.
I'm just talking about how toxic people are. Because Twitter before was a very toxic place.
It's going to have moderators. Because he believes in complete free speech, like say whatever you want.
Yeah, but I feel like he will draw a line under some stuff. Like if you're blatantly being,
I don't think he will. But the other thing is, he wants every account to be authenticized.
Yeah, same as you.
So if you're being a racist as fuck, everywhere you go, employee-wise, they can see that shit.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to go freedom of speech. However, you've got no boss.
You're right.
None of that bullshit.
People. Yeah, honestly, I don't. That's convinced me. I don't think there'll be moderators.
Yeah, it would just be.
It would just be that, and then that will be their punishment. That is public.
Or it will be.
I think
question.
That's way better.
Do you think? Because actually, think about this. Do you think he will remove like the delete tweets button and whatnot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because he wants to.
I think he will add a time limit. If you don't delete it within the first 5 minutes of posting it, you can't delete it.
I swear there's a saying that.
Or even just like if you post something like that, it flags up on guidelines, moderators, admins, whatever. They read it, and as soon as you've posted that, you can delete it,
but it's still
your account is now highlighted to everyone saying transphobia, homophobia.
Yeah, so maybe be incentivized to keep it. So you're like, look, they say it's homophobic, but it was just a dumb joke. Look at this dumb joke. You can read it and tell it's a dumb joke, or you can do whatever.
But how would that algorithm work? Because you've got people being serious about it, and then you've got people that will mention it in jokes and stuff, and then they'll be highlighted.
And that's why I think you need the admins.
Yeah, that is true.
But even joking about it still isn't great.
It depends how you're taking.
It depends how you're really saying
you're
it.
taking on it, really.
Yeah.
And depending on who you
And what you are joking
far
about.
it
It depends
Yeah.
massively what you're joking about as well.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, I mean, I can't even say that. But I was about to say if we're talking about. Got ya? Oh, my phone's fucking recording. The phone's. It's come in the damn room.
You're gonna have to let him in.
No, he doesn't.
He knows the code. He knows the code. We're wrapping up anyway.
Yeah.
Hi, Jamie.
Do you guys want to hear a joke?
What's up?
Feminism. Well, there you go. That kind of just sums up Twitter.
You can see it.
Yeah.
And that was
That's
Jay.
Twitter.
That was Jay Wallaby. Special guest. Special guest. Well, if anyone's going to be highlighted, it's him.
But it really
It's
does.
so
It really
calculated.
I say this, they really need admins just to check if any of the jokes go out of hand.
Yeah.
Because if there's no one to
I disagree. Who determines whether a joke is out of hand?
really, it depends on the audience, I say.
Yeah, so every joke is out of hand.
Yeah.
So that's a problem, isn't it?
We don't know for some.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I'd say as long as there's
So-
someone keeping an eye on that particular area, I feel like that should be a bit of less.
I think.
I just hope it doesn't
Seriously.
turn into Terminator. That's all.
What? You're gonna see lots of pictures of people attack cows and permanently deleted.
No, I'm talking about like the Neuralink and the
Oh god.
the Starlink and everything that he's making, and just like
I think we've got to give him the time of day and let him do.
Let's give
Experiment.
give him a year. Let's give him a year. What's the date today? Today's date is the 29th. Next year, 29th, let's see what happens
Right.
on Twitter.
Jake, you want to wrap up? Go on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. Well,
I think this goes pretty well.
guys.
That's
So to wrap it up, Johnny Depp is not a wife beater. He's far from it. It's all. It's
He's a
just.
wine beater.
Yeah, he likes his drink. He likes his drugs. As long as he's doing it in his own home, there's nothing wrong with that.
As long as he's
Russia,
only himself at the end of the
Putin's
day.
just gone mental. Elon Musk, he could be good, he could be bad. We'll wait to know. That has been Critical Controversy. Bush. And we had a special guest, Luke, in the corner, by the way. If you want to come here, Luke, you can introduce yourself. I mean, it's a bit late now, just yeah. Yeah, that's Luke, everyone.
Say hi to the mic.
Yeah, do you want to say hi to the mic?
You alright?
Yeah, that was Luke, everyone. Alright, thank you for watching Critical Controversy. I have been Jake.
I've been Sam.
I've been Henry.
And I've been Mo.
And that has been Luke in the
Luke-
corner.
Luke's
And that
just been
was,
in the corner.
that was Jay that ran in.
Yeah.
We're done.
Great.
My ass burns.
Let's
Done.
make as much noise as possible.
I mean, frankly, to sort of simplify this, what we're, I mean, it's more complicated than this, but it's, in a lot of ways, it's kind of like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires.